of focus. Unfortunately, Ben had to ditch us for Germany. Whatever, it's fine. So we ended up getting a new director for this season, and I'm super excited to tell everyone about it. All right, everyone, I have some extremely exciting news for you all. We have a new director this semester, and his name is Chad!
Alright, so to start off the semester, I decided every Tuesday at our meetings, everyone will get free ice cream. On top of that, all of you get free baby sloths. For our first guest, I was able to get my good friend Joseph Gordon-Levitt for this next show, our first show.
Focus is going to be so awesome. I'm so excited. I love Chad. He's so dreamy.
It's finally nice to see some changes on Focus. It was getting pretty stale.
I think Focus will be alright, although I think the baby sloths are a little bit overkill, though.
Alright, and on top of that, I have even a better surprise, but I have to run back to my dorm and grab it quick. So all you just have to wait here, and I'll come back, and it'll blow your minds. So.
I hope it's graham crackers.
Alright, you guys, I have some really terrible news, actually. I found out that Chad was actually hit by a car today. The car hit him, and for some reason reversed and hit him again. And then it drove away, and the bear came by and gnawed at his poor corpse. And then he was lit on fire. Twice. So, with that being said, I guess our new director is going to be Shane.
Hey, it may not be the best circumstances, but I'm directing the show now. So, guys, as director of Focus on You, I'll make the show better and stuff. Oh, okay. Let's see here. I have $2.72 in my wallet right now. I could buy you guys like one of you guys a Kit Kat or something. No?
I've only been here for 30 minutes, but I really miss Chad right now. And Shane is a dick.
Okay, fine. How about this? You guys want baby sloths? I will give you all baby sloths. You know what? I'm gonna put tutus on them, and they're gonna serve you hot chocolate, and everyone's gonna get a baby sloth. Are you okay with that?
You want Jogo Lab.
Shane's a
Chow, please. I've only been here for 30 minutes, and I already hate Shane. This is ridiculous.
Well, this will be fun.
From Studio 113 in River Falls, this is Focus on You. Today on the show, we have UWRF glassblowing professor Eoin Breadon, dance team captains Carlee Diggins and Julia Chous. Also, a musical performance from Snoop, Rony. Rebecca Honorud will be bringing you the news. I'm Trevor Seaman, and now, here is your host, John Lickset.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, hello everybody. Hello and welcome to another season of Focus on You. We are really excited to start a new season, and one addition that makes our show so special is our very own live audience. Give it up.
I didn't even think we could fit all these people in our studio.
You know, your lack of faith is very disappointing, Trevor. But you know what? We'd really like to welcome all you guys here. So thank you very much for being here tonight. Give yourselves a hand. Pat on the back, maybe. Let's switch up our topics a little bit. You know, the Academy Awards are coming up. That'll be on Sunday. So we're figuring we'll give our audience a little bit of a premiere.
Just in case they haven't seen or heard some of the movies that are nominated for Best Picture this year. Yeah? Let's help them out.
Yeah, that sounds good. So the frontrunners include Silver Linings Playbook, the story of a Philadelphia man with anger problems who forms a bond with a psychologically unstable woman over dance lessons.
So white people with white problems.
What do you mean, white people problems?
Well, it's not exactly like they're not like they're in real danger. I mean, Zero Dark 30 is up for Best Picture, and that's about American military's search for Osama bin Laden and the moral gray area our country entered in the process. Put them side by side, my dad loses a bet. Now we have to win his money back through modern dance, or 3,000 people die, and we sacrifice our ethics to find the guy responsible.
It was a good movie.
I'm not saying it wasn't. I'm just...
Moving on. Next is Les Mis, an adaptation of a musical that focuses on Jean Valjean, a man imprisoned for stealing, I screwed up his name, but that's all right, Jean Valjean stealing a loaf of bread. Even though he is justly paroled, Valjean is pursued for years by a government inspector through paranorma of the 19th century prison life, where ladies sold their teeth for money, poor people starved to death, and thousands were orphaned by the war, and students rebelled for their rights.
So white people, real people problems.
Yes, I would consider having to sell your teeth for money a real person problem.
Well, the other big contender for Best Picture, of course, is Lincoln. Steven Spielberg's film about our 16th president, second term, and the grueling political battle to pass the 13th Amendment.
Daniel Day-Lewis is pretty much guaranteed to win Best Actor for playing Abraham Lincoln as he fights to abolish slavery during the months leading up to the Civil War, at the end of the Civil War, excuse me.
So Lincoln's all about white people with black problems.
Literally, slaves are the problem. We don't want slavery. That is the problem.
It was a real knuckle biter for me since I've taken an American history course in my entire life.
And probably because you're not sure if slavery still exists in America today.
It doesn't, right?
No, it doesn't.
Oh, good. I was really getting worried there for a second.
All right, then. Anyways, Trevor, just tell us who's on the show.
Alrighty. Today we have UWRF glass-blowing professor Eoin Breadon, as well as a few dance team captains, Carlee, Diggins, and Julia Chous, to discuss their upcoming Dancing with the Stars event.
Very nice. And we will also have a musical performance from Snoop, Rony, and I do believe an interesting news update from our very own Rebecca Honorud. But first, let's check out some new videos.
Welcome to Baking with Rebecca. I'm Rebecca, and today we are making scones. So to start, we're going to throw together some of our dry ingredients. So we've got our flour, and we've got our sugar. Baking is entirely subject, just kind of guess on everything. Works out pretty well. It's a science experiment every time you bake something. Then we've got some baking powder and some salt Then go ahead and mix that all up, give it a good stir. You're gonna mix all your dry ingredients together first. And then we're gonna add our butter, which I already went ahead and chopped up. You want tiny, tiny little, terribly small chunks of butter. Just go ahead and hack it at it. It doesn't have feelings, it won't mind. And you're gonna mix those in too. So you're gonna mix the butter in really nice and well. Spread it out throughout your entire dry mix. You can even take a knife and use it to cut up some of the bigger chunks. You want little chunks spread throughout. Then once that is done, you're ready to start working with your wet ingredients. So we've got our sour cream and baking soda. So take your sour cream, plop that into a separate mixing bowl. And then baking soda. Of that. Go ahead and take your baking soda, plop that in, and give it a good stir. And now you get to watch science happen. Look at the science! It's all fluffy and stuff. Yay, science! I love science. And add an egg. Really sticky now. Then you get to add your science experiment that we did here with the sour cream. Plop all the fluffy goodness in and mix that in as well. This is where you want to be careful not to overmix your scones. Overmixed scones are literally the worst thing that you can do to scones. And you just want to mix up your dough. It's going to be really kind of gross. That's just how scones do their thing. Sprinkle some flour on the counter so nothing sticks. And take your dough, dump it out. Together. This is where the raspberries are going to start getting squishy and go everywhere, which makes them extra tasty. Go ahead and we're going to pat it into a circle-ish shape. It really doesn't matter, just as long as your dough is nice and flat. We're gonna go ahead and chop it up. So just start chopping away, making nice shapes as you go. We're gonna take our baking pan over here now, plop your scones on there. They are gonna get a little bit bigger, so kind of spread them out. And take your baking pan, preheat your oven, of course. Slide those in. And now you get to wait. And once they're done, go ahead and pull them out. Should be brown on the bottoms, nice and pretty on the top. And you're done.
If you are looking for a piping hot pizza or a delicious sandwich for lunch, just call Domino's. Their meats and vegetables are very fresh and beat out the competition. You can also order some of their tasty sides, such as the cheesy breadsticks or their spicy buffalo wings. Right now, you can order their new 1 medium, 2-topping handmade pan pizza for only $7.99. You can also call and ask for their student specials for River Falls. Domino's Pizza is located on Main Street next to Johnny's Bar. Call today for your own pizza now.
Looking to fill a prescription? Freeman Drug, your locally owned independent Health Mart pharmacy, offers friendly service and competitive prices on prescriptions, custom compounding, home healthcare products, durable medical equipment, and more. We are conveniently located at 104 South Main Street in downtown River Falls, right across from the movie theater. We honor most insurance cards, and transferring your prescription is easy. So stop on by or call 715-425-2255 today. Freeman Drug, since 1872. Our first guest is one of our art professors here on campus. Everybody, let's give a friendly welcome to Eoin Breadon, everybody. Well, hey, thanks for being on the show. We really appreciate that. Eoin, you do glass blowing.
Yep.
That's what, and I've seen some of your work. First off, it's really fantastic.
Thank you.
Can you tell me a little bit about how you got into glass blowing?
Honestly, it was the closest class to my dorm room. That's kind of how I got started in it. I was studying architecture and needed a fine arts course, and that honestly, I went down to meet a friend and played around with it and got into the class and stayed in it and ended up switching majors into glass and have worked in a lot of different places because of it, and thankfully I'm here now.
Sure. You know, and speaking of all the different places, I read that you've been in Philadelphia. You taught for a while there. You were a museum. You prepared museums and stuff in Laguna Beach. Is that correct?
Yeah. Worked for a couple years out there.
Sure. So why River Falls then? It's so cold up here.
You know, it is. Yeah, I do miss my beach quite a lot. But no, it's nice. But one of the big reasons was the tradition of the glass program at River Falls. It's one of the oldest programs in North America. Depending on who you ask, it's either second or third oldest still active. And so for me, that was a big thing to actually be at a place where that historical tradition was such an important aspect of it. And it was a very strong program, and it's a great art school. You know, and the Twin Cities area is a really fantastic art scene. So there was a lot of draws to it in that regard.
Sure. You know, from what I've seen from videos of people glass blowing and stopped into the studio over right here in KFA, as a matter of fact, it looks like it's just really an intricate science that's being done when you're doing glass blowing. Can you talk a little bit about
well,
how it
I don't
works?
know. I think a lot of people refer to it more as a dance than a science, because it's pretty choreographed, and you know, you're working in usually often a group of 2 or more people, sometimes up to 4 or 5. In fact, we had visiting artists in last week where we ended up with 28 people at one time working on one single sculpture simultaneously in there. So it does. It gets very choreographed where you have to know exactly where you're moving around the studio and what the next person is doing so that everybody can move through that space. And it becomes a pretty high energy, high entertainment, loud, fun place to be, I think.
Sure. Whenever I walk by the studio also, they've always got some music blaring, and everybody seems to be having a good time in there.
It's hard not to, because it's a very social atmosphere. You have to be able to communicate and you have to talk, and I like loud music, so I encourage the students to play that.
Really, right? Perfect. Well, I know that you've done some different museum shows. For example, I know that you had one last year in, was it Cincinnati that you were?
Well, I was in a gallery show exhibit, actually two gallery exhibits in Cincinnati last year. I also had, I was in a museum show in Ireland, in Dublin, Ireland last year, and I try to have a show going up or coming down every month or every other month, usually pretty much all around the country.
I also, you mentioned to me before the show started that you're going to be in Tampa with another
display. It's a good way to good reason to get yourself down in warm weather for a couple days when it's cold out. So you know, write it off on the taxes. But that's how I schedule it out. But I have a show that opens in Tampa next month, and one in Detroit the month after that, and then one out in Boston and one in Pittsburgh in the next 4 months.
So can you tell me about how people can get involved with the glass blowing here on campus?
Yeah, well, the easiest way is come find me to sign you into the Intro to Glass class.
So find this guy, everybody.
Yeah, I'm around. Come hunt me down. But that's the easy way. We also have a glass club that meets every other Tuesday evening at 6:30 in B101 downstairs in the KFA building. And so in that, we sort of meet and go over some different glass things, all sorts of glass hobby enthusiast stuff. Sure. But yeah, the easiest way is just to come in and be around the studio, because if you're in and around the studio, there's a good chance that I'll just bug you and make you sign up for the class and harass you till you sign up for it.
There you go.
But yeah, it's open doors, and we just, you know, come in, watch, have fun.
Sure.
It's a fun place to be.
Can I ask you what inspires the different glass work that you've done? What's
For me?
inspired you to do?
Yeah, actually a lot of it, my family is all from Ireland, except for a couple brothers, and my folks, everybody still lives in Ireland.
Okay.
And so we spent a lot of time there when I was growing up, and that is actually my first job in glass, as I worked in a factory. So really, the majority of my learning was done in a factory over there and, to make glass. And so that's where it started, and a lot of the inspiration comes out of that and my attachment and my understanding of Irish history and culture and everything, how it wraps together to connect into my own personal family.
Wow, and you know what, I just have to say that, like I said, the artwork is really great, and you know, I appreciate you having a chance to join us here today.
Yeah.
If anybody has any questions, obviously you know to go to Eoin Breadon to figure out how to get involved with the glass blowing exercises and everything. So, Eoin, thanks very much for being on the show.
Yeah.
Everybody,
Thank you.
Eoin Breadon here. Well, again, thank you very much for being with us today. Well, we'll be right back with the dance team and some more. You know what? We'll give you guys some videos to tie you over for a little bit.
Hey, Tyler, do you remember when we went to the mall?
No.
Yeah, you do. You took all the pictures.
Oh, yeah. It was a crazy day.
The first thing that happened when we got to the mall was we got a great parking spot.
Look at the reactions on our faces.
Then we were excited as hell to go to Macy's.
Ooh. When we first got to the mall, we went to Borders. Remember that?
Yeah, I remember it. You found a great magazine.
Yeah, it was so fun to read. Look at the expression on my face.
Me, I found a pretty good magazine, too.
Yeah, but I found a better one.
That's true. But then there was the centerfold.
World's best pot.
I, of course, made sure we had a stop off at the embassy.
It was such a regal place to be.
Hey, didn't you go to Ragstock?
We sure did.
Yeah, I found a bunch of clothes. I mean, there was a great selection, but then... Whoa! Do you remember that? You remember what happened?
Sure do. I scared the pants off of you.
You sure did. You're such a crazy kid.
And then, I kind of got stuck, but you decided to go ahead and leave without me.
Yeah, you were stuck. Bye, Pete!
Next, we took a venture to the Apple Store. Remember that?
Yeah, that place reminds me of 1984, but we went anyway.
Yeah, check out this crazy computer. We just couldn't get it to work.
I got so frustrated! But then, remember how we unwound after that?
Yeah, we made a video of ourselves. Tyler, remember how we went to the Gap after that?
I sure do. I know I remember. It was so zany. You guys look so silly.
Look at that hat that I got.
I got the same hat.
Oh, and then we tried on those crazy shorts. They're actually comfortable.
So comfortable. Remember that crazy suit coat I tried to put on?
Yeah.
And then Tyler got really antsy. I was tired.
Hey, we kept on trying to argue with you, but you wouldn't listen.
And that nice guy held the camera. Well, after that, I guess it was time to go.
I didn't want to go. I was having the best time of my life.
Pete. God, I remember having to give my stuff to Tyler and have to drag you out practically.
No!
Then we got in the car and left. It sure was a great day.
And
Star wipe to credits.
Relive old memories and create new ones at the Riverwalk Mercantile Candy Store in downtown River Falls. Located on the Riverwalk off of Maple Street across from City Hall, this nostalgic piece of the past offers a historical atmosphere, complete with classic antiques, collectibles, and memorabilia. Also filled with a vast array of delectable old-time candies, bottled pop, and ice cream, there's truly something for all customers to enjoy. Just look for the sign, stop in for a treat, and explore the timeless world inside.
team captains. Let's welcome Carlee Diggins and Julia Chous. Hi, welcome to the show. Really glad to have you guys on. So first off, I understand that a couple weekends ago, you were at a competition in Minneapolis. I think it was called Wow Factor. Is that correct?
Yep.
Can you guys talk a little bit about what that was?
Well, it was just one of a bigger competition we got. We were able to go to it for free, actually, because we qualified at a previous competition, and we were up against some teams, and we did pretty well.
I heard it's you won. It's like a national deal, and, and you won the grand prize, was it? Or?
Yeah, we did win first in our division.
Okay.
But we did qualify for the NDA Nationals in Florida.
Wow.
So we will be heading to Florida in April.
So I don't know if
for the May Nationals.
Wow. So I don't know if you heard the last interview, but are you going to go check out Eoin Brennan's glass blowing exhibits while you're down in Florida?
I'm thinking about
Yeah,
there you go. Perfect.
We'll bring the whole
Perfect.
team.
Exactly. So, all right, there's a lot of stuff that goes into dancing. Obviously, you have to have a lot of talent and do a lot of practicing. So can you tell me what it takes to become a dancer? Could somebody like me become a dancer someday?
Well, our girls, we weight train 3 times a week, and then we also have practice 3 times a week. And so our girls are really committed, so it's a lot of work, but it's all worth it, especially this year since we've been winning and doing so good.
Sure. I also understand a big part of, I actually know one of the girls on your team, but I understand a big part of the dancing is there's a lot of different changes that you guys have to go through. So is that true, or is that something that she's you know, like changing costumes and stuff is I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, for ours, we only have like a couple dances that we do. We have our main dance, so not very many big costume changes for the dance team. But
okay. She fibbed to me, I guess, but that's all right. So now that you guys are going to be headed to this competition down in Florida, what kind of are you doing any extra training for that, or is it still just the same regiment that you'll be doing?
For all of March before April, we'll be having guest coaches come in. We don't have a coach this year, so it's us 3 captains who are in charge, but we'll be having guest coaches and just try to make it fun and relaxed.
Sure. Well, great. You have to do some different fundraisers and events here on campus to get some money to go towards this. I understand one of the big ones is the Dancing with the Stars event. Can you talk a little bit about that event that's coming up?
this one's our favorite. It's actually on February 27th. It's a Wednesday at 7 p.m. here in KFA on campus. So we just dance. We do duets with athletes and professors here, and it's really fun. It's just like Dancing with the Stars on TV.
Sure. Are you guys both paired up with somebody on campus then?
Yes.
Who are your partners this year?
I'm paired up with Brad Bisco. He's a football player here.
Okay.
And then my partner is George Melieris. He's on the hockey team.
Okay. Do you prepare your own music and everything then and do all the choreography and everything for that?
Yep, each girl is in charge of choreographing her own dance and choosing the music and style and all of that. So we have a wide variety at the show.
Can you tell me what it's like dancing with some of these football stars and professors on campus?
It's a little different than dancing normally. They pick it up pretty well, though. They're really good sports about it, and they do really well at the show. It's really fun to watch.
That's good.
They get really nervous.
I could imagine. I don't think I could do that. The 2 left feet thing going on. So tell us, you said that it's going to be in the concert hall on the 27th, correct?
Yeah.
Correct.
So are there tickets for that, or how do folks get into that?
Yeah, we're actually selling tickets today, tomorrow, and then next Monday and Tuesday before the show, 10 to 2, outside of Riverside Commons. The tickets are $5. Otherwise, we're also selling tickets at the door.
Okay. How else can our audience follow what's going on with the dance team?
They can like our Facebook page.
Always good. Always good to have a Facebook page set up. Well, we really want to thank you guys for being with us on the show today. Everybody, let's give a huge hand for Carlee and Julia here. Thank you so much for being here. And you can check out their Dancing with the Stars event on the 27th here at KFA in Abbott Concert Hall. Now, here are some more videos for your viewing pleasure. After that, we have Rebecca with the news.
I'm all alone. Except for them. The infected got in the house. Now I'm trapped down here. Doesn't really matter though. My water and guns are upstairs. I guess my choices are dying of dehydration in some basement or getting eaten alive by zombies. I used to think choosing a major was hard. Though, I don't know if I have to wait that long to die. I think I'm infected. One of them grabbed me. Thought it was just a scratch, but now I think I'm dying. Guess I won't have to worry about food after today.
Looking for a grocery store that's both friendly and fresh? Well, look no longer. Family Fresh is here for you. Inside, you will find the best salad bar in town and a variety of produce guaranteed to be fresh and delicious. If you enjoy sushi, Family Fresh is the only store in town that offers a wide array of fresh sushi to go at fair prices. For meat lovers, our friendly staff goes above and beyond for your needs. And before you leave, grab a cup of coffee from our cafe. So stop by our location today at the intersection of Locust and Main.
Hello everyone, my name is Rebecca and I'm here to bring you the news. On February 11th, 2013, Pope Benedict XVI resigned. This is a big deal because popes don't resign. He is supreme leader of the Catholic Church. They usually die in office. He is the first pope to resign in over 600 years. And one of the last guys got shooed out because he made a sacrifice to the pagan gods. That's gonna be awkward. Benedict claims that his, quote, advanced age prevents him from fulfilling his duties as a reigning leader. Queen Elizabeth II is not amused. The church will most likely elect a new pope by Easter this year. Recently, the American Stroke Association announced that people who eat a lot of fried foods are more likely to have strokes. In other news, dead people aren't alive and winter in Wisconsin is cold. Quite a few things have been happening in Russia lately. Earlier this month, they misplaced the document declaring the end of the Soviet Union, so it could be argued that the Soviet Union still exists. Then, on the 15th, they were hit by a meteor. NASA estimated that it was only the size of a bus. Just a bus, not, a house or anything. I don't think you would really notice that it's only the size of a bus when it's falling out of the sky at you. Chicken Little could not be reached for comment, and it looks like Russia's just having a string of bad luck, along with that winter thing they've got going up there. They did say, however, that the two incidents were not related. In local news, River Falls City Council announced plans to abandon East Park Street, the adjoining alley, and a little bit of another street. No one really knows where East Park Street is, so I think they'll be okay. A new Facebook page for River Falls students has started up, UW River Falls Confessions.
Anonymously confess your deepest secrets, irrational fears, and roommate woes, like how much you hate your roommate because last night she played a parody version of Macklemore in the Ryan Lewis song Thrift Shop on repeat for 45 minutes. A River Falls student allegedly broke into a house around 2 a.m. last Sunday morning. He was wearing no coat or shoes and could only tell the occupant his first name, which is David. When told to leave, he curled up on the couch instead. It must have been a very comfy couch because when told again to leave, the man allegedly only replied, "But I'm David." No news yet on his upcoming single, Me and My Couch. In Canada, the Parliament is working on serious matters. Foreign Affairs Minister John Bard recently assured the House of Commons that Canada would remain a zombie-free zone. When asked if he was working with his American partners to develop an international zombie strategy so that a zombie invasion would not turn into a zombie apocalypse, Bard assured them that he was dedicated to the matter. Bard said, quote, "Under the leadership of this Prime Minister, Canada will never become a safe haven for zombies ever." That's all I have for the news this week. Hopefully some exciting things happen for next week so that I have even more to talk about. And now here's a new video segment to tide you over until then.
Hi, my name's Andrew and I look like I'm 12 years old, so I'm gonna put on a ton of makeup. Since half the world can't even tell that I already put an entire bag of makeup on my face, I'm gonna have to resort to something more drastic, like my eyes. Let's check out Pinterest. Smoky eye, perfect. Because smoky eyes is black, and anything that's black is sexy. Let's start. Step 1 says use a ton of white eyeshadow. I don't have any, so I use my white cocaine instead. Whatever medium smoky is, that's what I put on next. Now I'm supposed to rub my eyes until the cocaine and the black eyeshadow blends in together. Eyeliner time. Not like my eyeliner's thick enough already, but I get to smudge the edges of my eyeliner to make it more of a smoky look. Perfect. Final step says to add on another goddamn layer of shadow. Let's see if this can get any worse. Well, you were wrong. All this tutorial did was make me look like a raccoon tramp. So thanks, Pinterest. I'm gonna go take a 47-minute shower now and wash all this off my face. Don't try this at home.
for a quick cup of coffee, a quality meal any time of the day, or a great place to study or chat with friends? Dish in the Spoon Cafe is a great place to be. They offer specialty coffee beverages, in-house bakery items, sandwiches, soups, salads, hot features, breakfast, and more. Dish in the Spoon Cafe is located at 208 North Main Street, and for commuting convenience, Dish in the Spoon drive-thru is now open near the intersection of Highway 35 and Main Street, River Falls. Drive by for quick service with attention to quality.
And welcome back to Focus on You. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Snoop, Rony.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Baby, Snoop, Rony, baby. If I die today, baby, you know. If I die today, please, Lord, come and save me. So you know I have to get the bread. Oh, 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 oh. If I die today, please, Lord, come and save me. So you know I have to get the bread. Oh, 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 oh. I take my chance to come in vain. My pain gas people I said reminiscing. If I quit, so I achieve my goal. If I stumble, come and lose myself, please be my guide and God. Why take a chance to have credibility? This is why we're here for. I wonder why the hood don't say illness no more. But I got my behind bars. Just stay on me like you start still living. I live it, feel me? That was never a lie, as hard as mine. A hard time to get a dime. My own, my tippy toes. Riding solo, Got a Mustang they neck, but some riding to get some respect. I'm a hunter, first on me. Although I know it's so cold down the streets, I'm addicted to it. I engage my life surrounded by the devil's spirit. Big life underrated, mother. Come on. If I die today, please Lord come and save me. So you know I have to get the bread. Oh, 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 yeah. Oh, 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 oh. If I die today, please Lord come to save me. So you know I have to get the bread. Oh, 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 yeah, yeah. Oh, 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 yeah, yeah. Although I get my pain gas people running down the street. Come on! But it's so hard to find peace. The word's so cold. Day by day, my word gets colder. Ain't no love day. I don't breathe no man, so I play to win. Secrets are hidden in the cloud of darkness, but I'm heartless, not just darkness. The silent calm that kills you, that kills your mom, and the compassion for your thriving star. That's the only thing that sparked my heart, but I still remain clever. Come on, you hold to your leather. Walk by faith, not by sight. When I step in the room, please turn off the lights. And pull away, I speak up. On my wish, feel me. Elegant, that's why I'm being persistent. Calling your ink, baby. You know how we rock. If I die today, please, Lord, come to save me. So you know I have to get that bread. Oh, yeah.
Everybody, Snoop, Rony, everybody. Hey, well done. Thanks, man. Thank you. So, Trevor, I would have to say that was a great lineup for the first show. What do you think?
Where am I supposed to be?
I would disagree there.
It was one of the best shows I've ever been a part of, John.
I thought so too. I'd like to thank Eoin Breadon and the dance team captains Carlee Diggins and Julia Chous for coming on the show today.
Also, Snoop Rony. What a performance. What a performance.
Give it up. Give it up for him. Couldn't agree more. Thanks especially to our studio audience for being in here. Thanks everyone for watching.
See you next time.
Thank you.